Changes are coming for the Chicago Bears, and not in February, not someday now. And 0-2 start has a way of stripping away excuses. And when your new head coach looks straight into a microphone and says, in so many words, we're going to find out who really wants to practice like pros and who wants a bigger slice of the plan on Sunday. That's not a throwaway line. That's a line in the sand. So what actually changes? Personnel, urgency, snap counts. You don't talk like that and roll out the same exact lineup. I'm fully expecting new starters sooner rather than later, and the first flashing red light is left tackle. Braxton Jones has had a rough 2 weeks, bad enough that the staff yanked him for the final drive in Detroit to get a different look with last year's undrafted tackle. When a coaching staff makes that kind of move on a 2-minute drill, it tells you they're testing trust, not just technique. We also spent premium draft capital on a tackle precisely so that, at some point, that job becomes his. My read, the door is open for the UDFA to get his first NFL start this week against Dallas, with the rookie waiting in the wings and pushing the competition into next month. How it sticks will be decided on the grass, not on a depth chart graphic. If there's a second pressure point up front, it's at right guard, where penalties and negative plays have put the offense behind the chains. It's not panic. It's production. If you see a rotation series or a quicker hook, don't be shocked this staff is telegraphing accountability. And before anyone tweets me about Darnell Wright, no, he's not the problem. He's been the steadiest blocker we've got, giving up almost nothing in true pass sets. Clean up the early season jumpiness with the cadence. And you're talking about a building block right tackle who's doing his job while everything else swirls. Now, the message wasn't just for linemen. Ben Johnson called out practice habits and off-ball details from some skill guys. And that's code for, if you don't buy into no block, no rock, your targets will find new owners. A lot of folks immediately circle DeAndre Swift, but I'm going to be real. I see 2 veteran pass catchers whose body language hasn't matched the standard. Not loafing, not quitting, but frustrated. And frustration leaks into little tells. Half speed clears. Late start blocks, shoulders sagging when the read goes the other way. DJ Moore and Cole Kmet are too talented to be anything but tone setters. Yet the tape has had moments that don't meet this staff's bar. Start with DJ. We traded for a true WR1, and then the world changed overnight. Justin Fields was dealt. Caleb Williams arrived, and the Bears stacked the room with Rome Oduns at the top of the draft and a master technician in Keenan Allen. Suddenly, the offense was no longer built to live and die by DJ's volume. That's jarring. In Carolina, he was the face. In 2023, here, he was the face again. Fields to Moore was as lethal as any QBWR duo for a stretch, and DJ went for near 1,200 yards in 13 games. Then the ecosystem shifted. Allen became the veteran professor in the room. Oduns bonded quickly with Caleb as peers, and DJ, the pro's pro, had to relocate his gravity in a crowded galaxy. I hope the no block, no rock ethos would become his fast lane back to center stage. But early weeks say the staff is challenging him. He's not the definitive first read anymore. That's off in Rome, if the targets dip again, because the staff wants to reward pristine detail in the dirty areas. Don't rule out whispers turning into phone calls. I'm not campaigning for a trade. I'm saying the situation is fluid if the buy-in and usage don't align. Cole Kmet's in a different but neighboring lane. I loved him coming out of Notre Dame, and I love the pick for Chicago. He's reliable, physical, and smart. But last year showed more visible frustration than I've ever seen from him. And the early chemistry with Caleb hasn't clicked the way you scripted in. July, that can fix itself quickly. Timing with a rookie quarterback is more art than science, but meanwhile there's a subtle philosophical pivot. We drafted and rostered tight ends who can threaten the seams and bully the C-gap, and the staff appears comfortable asking Cole to block more snaps if it stabilizes the front. Don't confuse that with diminishing him. It's role recalibration. Watch for a target swing toward the rookie tight end who fits the motion to sniffer. Slice across formation world Ben likes, with K-Met taking more of the B to 6 lineman until the defense forgets your not work. And to cut off the rumor mill, I don't expect the Bears to shop K-Met. We are going to live in 12 personnel, a lot protect the rookie QB. Create play-action explosives, dictate fronts, and you can't do that if you got your Tay room. Let's address Swift because the discourse is loud. Has he been electric? No, but context matters. The Bears just drew 2 of the 5 best run defenses in the league in back-to-back weeks. And we've been playing behind the sticks too often for the rushing menu to breathe. More importantly, the coach's critique was about effort and execution when you're not the ball carrier. Swift's pass pro has been strong I-D-I and G the right blitzer, timing the chips, getting enough of the edge to keep Caleb clean on the second hitch. That's not a stat you brag about. That's a trust currency you earn on Wednesday and cash on Sunday. When I stack all 22 angles, the guys who most often fail to match the do your job even when you're a decoy standard were DJ and Cole, plus the 2 problem spots on the line we just talked about. That's the uncomfortable truth. Veteran stars are being asked to be role players for entire series. And if the body language doesn't match the assignment, the tape will rat you out. Which brings us to the 2 names on the rise, Rome Odunze and the rookie tight end. Rome's chemistry with Caleb is natural, same age, same football language, instant trust. The kid wins at the top of routes, in the air, and when the play breaks. He's not just the future, he's the present. And the rookie Tay is going to see his slice grow because he blocks the echo and he finds voids when the QB moves. Toss Luther Burden into that get him touches now bucket if you're scripting red zone and shot plays. Even if he's the 4th read, the defense has to care when he motions, and that moves safeties. Before we get lost in the trees, zoom out. Defense is already reshuffled by injuries. You're not benching ghosts. Most of the big changes will be on offense because that's where healthy players aren't playing the standard. Translation: snaps are about to shift to the guys who are hungry and precise. That's how a culture takes root. And yes, some of this will sting fans don't like seeing familiar names sit in key moments. But you know what hurts worse? Wasting a rookie quarterback's early window because you were polite about playing time. This is the opposite of polite. It's necessary. Quick house business while we're all here if you love the Bears and you want coverage that doesn't sugarcoat. Hit subscribe to Bears News Fan Report and tap like so this video gets in front of more of our people. We're going to track snap counts, route trees, and real adjustments, not just vibes. Join the community that actually watches the tape. Back to the board. What does Sunday need to look like? If the UDFA does get the nod at left tackle, you help him early. Chips from the tight end, a couple of sprint outs to slow the edge, and RPOs that make the rush read grass, not quarterback. If the right guard spot rotates, align your cadence so you don't feed the pass rush with predictable snaps. On the perimeter, make the no block, no rock creed visible on the first drive. A bubble to roam with DJ and the Tay burying corners. Then flip it and feed DJ off a crack toss where he gets rewarded for sealing the alley. For Swift, widen the menu more pistol so he can press and cut. More gap looks that create defined reads behind a pulling guard and a screen early to punish pressure. Most of all, protect Caleb's rhythm. He's processing fast, but even elite processors need clean pockets at landmark. Give him 3 or 4 easy explosives Y leak, slot wheel off play action. Glance RPO and suddenly Dallas has to back off the run fits. And yes, the elephant in the room is DJ Moore's usage. I'm not burying him. I want to unlock him. But accountability is a two-way street. If the staff dials up a week where Rome leads in targets and the rookie T and Burden split the middle of the field while DJ's snap count trims, that shouldn't start a firestorm. It should start a response. DJ is still a difference maker. He just has to match the identity being built. Block, finish routes, lead with energy. When that flips, the ball will find him again because great players relocate gravity. So where do I stand? My honest take, I would make a statement with the offensive line this week, sit Braxton Jones for a game. Give the UDFA the first shot, and script help so he isn't on an island. I would rotate right guard until someone owns it. I would reduce DJ Moore's target priority for 1 week, not as punishment, but as a demand signal. Stack great off-ball tape and the volume returns. I would keep Cole Kmet on the field, but bias his role toward the grunt work while feeding the rookie Tay in the seams. I would absolutely keep riding with DeAndre Swift because his protection matters for a young quarterback, but I'd change the run family to give him downhill choices. And I would not entertain trading any of those pieces in September unless the locker room tells you the buy-in is broken. We're 2 games in. Fix the edges before you tear out the core. Your turn. Do you expect the staff to pull the trigger on a new left tackle? Should DJ's role shrink until the blocking takes a step? Is Kmet better served as a 6th lineman while the rookie Tay eats roots, or am I being too harsh? And do you keep Swift as the bell cow because of pass pro, or pivot to a committee? Drop your take in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll feature the best arguments on the next show. If you're new here, subscribe to Bears News, Fan Report, and smash that. Like this is the spot for honest talk when it's fun and when it isn't. My opinion's on the table. Now I want yours. Bear down.